Lizzie Borden took an axe and gave her mother 40 whacks. When the job was nicely done, she gave her father 41.
Well, welcome everyone. This is our third season of Dubious Distinction of Charlie and Terry Talks.
It's
the podcast
that even our wives won't watch, which is a good reason.
Yeah, well, yeah, if that's any clue. I guess we are ready to start with you got a little intro and a little hint as our subject today, which is a famous or infamous cultural murder mystery, Lizzie Borden.
It was called the crime of the century. Of course, it was 1892, yes.
Yeah. It's in Fall River, Massachusetts, right?
Yes.
And Lizzie Borden was accused in a trial of killing her father and I guess stepmother.
Yes.
And you probably have more details than I do, but they went to trial. I would say the police work at the time was a little bit suspect.
It was shabby even for the time.
Yeah.
It was. Well, we'll go into that.
So,
but the crime was discovered August 4th, 1892. Lizzie Borden and her father and stepmother lived in actually a nice house in Fall River, Massachusetts. Andrew Borden was actually a very wealthy man. They had been the Borden family had been in the furniture and casket business. Also went
that's
into
appropriate. Huh?
Yes, well, yeah, and also went into the plumbing business. And actually, he had bought a lot of property. He was a property developer. So when Andrew Borden died, he had an estate about $300,000, which would be about $10 million today. So he was a very wealthy man.
Certainly by those standards.
Yes.
In that day.
Lizzie had a sister also, Emma, and we'll get to that in a minute. But Lizzie's mother died soon after she was born, and Andrew Borden married a woman, Abby, who became Lizzie and Emma's stepmother. I
don't think they got along very well, did they?
Yes, there's documented evidence that they fought a lot. Lizzie Borden actually moved out of the house. Her and Emma actually moved out and stayed in New Bedford, Massachusetts for a vacation, extended vacation. I don't know
how extended. Was she living in the house at the time of the murder, right?
Yeah, yes. So she moved back a few days before. There was a big fight about property.
How do you know that?
At the inquest they
that came out.
Uncovered.
Right.
Yeah. Lizzie and her father argued about property that the father was giving Abby Borden's relatives.
Oh,
so
well, that sounds like motive.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's what the police thought.
Yeah.
So there was an argument about that. They were constantly arguing. There was also evidence that Lizzie and Emma very rarely ate with the father and the stepmother, especially the stepmother. So there was tension there even before August of 1892. Now, a few days before August 4th, Lizzie and Emma returned. Emma didn't actually move back in the house. She actually lived in a nearby village, lived in a boarding house in Farmington, Massachusetts, which is not too far from Fall River. And so she was actually several miles away and was not in the house when the murder occurred.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. So the morning of, so the night before, on August 3rd, a maternal uncle, actually it's the brother of Andrew Borden's first wife, Lizzie and Emma's mother, stayed overnight to talk some business with Andrew Borden. They talked, and then his name was John Morris. And Mr. Morris left to see another niece that lived in Fall River early in the morning, about 8:30. And
So he spent the night.
he had spent the night before in the house, but he left, and he was supposed to come back around noon or so. So Andrew Borden comes home. He has trouble opening the door with his key. It didn't work. The door was jammed. So a maid also lived in the house. Her name was Bridget Sullivan. She was an Irish immigrant. She was about 25. So she and Mr. Borden tried to open the door. They finally got it open. He laid on the couch and took a nap. Now, what's interesting now... This is according to the inquest.
Uncle.
No. The uncle. No,
Well, no,
Andrew
but
Borden.
the father. Well,
No, Andrew Borden
confused.
is the father.
So he came back in the morning.
Yeah, he came back around 10.
Okay. You confused me.
Yeah, he came back around 10:30 actually, and so, and while Bridget and the father were fussing with the door, Bridget testified later that she heard Lizzie upstairs laughing. So, this is what the police,
Did this come out in the trial?
This came out in the police investigation,
Okay.
initial interview. So they found the body. First, they found What happened was Lizzie screamed and said, "Oh, somebody had come in and killed Father on the couch."
Well, wait a minute. You jumped in.
Yeah.
Again, maybe getting into too much detail here, but
Okay. Yeah. Well, what happened is how the crime was discovered is that a few minutes Bridget went upstairs or somewhere to clean, and nobody knows really where Lizzie was.
well, she claims she was in the barn. right?
She said she was in the barn, and then she changed her story too to the
okay.
police. So Lizzie screams and said somebody had broken in or came in and killed Father. So the police were called. Someone ran across the street and got a Dr. Bowen, who was a neighbor and the family doctor. So he came in and basically said he's dead. And then they went upstairs and discovered the mother, who was in an upstairs room, hacked to death. So the coroner determined that the mother's time of death was earlier, about 10:30 a.m., and the father died about 11 a.m. The coroner said that the stepmother, Abby, was facing her attacker at the time she was struck in the head. First blow hit her. She was knocked over. She fell and suffered contusions to the face and the nose and the forehead, and there were other attacks with a hatchet, about 17.
Not 40.
blows. Not 40. No.
Okay, well,
wasn't
the
40.
17 is probably enough.
Yeah, 17 was enough.
Get the job done.
Yes.
But then what about the trial? I mean,
Well, there was
we don't have all morning here.
Okay, there was an inquest on the 8th, and the police didn't like the answers were all contradictory. Lizzie was hostile. She was contradictory. She had been given morphine to calm her, but they didn't like her answers. And on the 11th, she was arrested for the murder. Now, the police, I actually picture the Keystone Cops here, because when
They tramped all over the place, I guess.
they were terrible. They found 2 axes and 2 hatchets in the basement. They found one hatchet which was missing a handle, and there was one hatchet head which had dust on it, but they looked at it and they thought the dust was put there rather than just collecting. They never took, well, they didn't at this point take all that evidence into evidence. They didn't take it into custody. They just left it there for several days.
But it was still unclear. They didn't find any blood traces.
Well, they would have maybe if they actually looked. What happened is also a friend of the Bordens offered to stay with Lizzie overnight, and she stayed with Lizzie overnight. Her name was Alice Russell, and she reported to the police that she found Lizzie cutting up a dress and burning a dress in the furnace.
Oh, that could be just from hysteria.
Well, she said it was stained with paint.
Okay.
When the trial took place in June of 1893. June 5th.
Took them a while to get to it.
Yeah, it took a while. Lizzie had some fine attorneys representing her. They made a big case out of the police really screwing up the case. They always pointed to an intruder. Anybody could have come in and done it. They said he had, business problems and all that.
Right.
So, but a lot of people changed their stories. The Bridget Sullivan actually then denied on the stand that she had heard Lizzie upstairs.
Okay.
And I think Alice Russell also then denied telling the police that she saw Lizzie cut up the dress. So the jury deliberated about an hour and a half, which is pretty
quick.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
And they
I
acquitted
don't know
her.
about for those days. Yeah.
They acquitted her. One of the interesting things is that just 5 days or 4 days before the trial started, there was another axe murder in Fall River.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Now that I didn't know about.
Oh, yes. There was another axe murder, which wasn't mentioned because it wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
But it was on the jury's mind. And the trial took place in New Bedford, not in Fall River.
Okay.
Probably because of the publicity and things like that. Although New Bedford might be the county seat where the county courthouse is. I don't know.
So do we have any conclusion after all these years?
Well, years later, I remember seeing a TV show, which I don't know if it was Unsolved Mysteries or something like that, where they did a whole study. I think it was the 100-year anniversary of the murders. And they concluded, that the police did a horrible job, but they concluded with modern evidence, because the house still stands, actually. It's a museum.
Yeah, it's a museum and a bed and breakfast of all things.
A bed and breakfast. I hope they have locks on the doors.
Maybe somebody who wants to go have a second try at it, huh?
Oh, God. And the axes are probably still there. Yeah, bring your own axe.
Yeah.
Well, if you have an axe to grind, that's the place to go on vacation.
On that note, I think we've probably said enough. Anyhow, hope this was interesting. And this is our season of dubious distinction here. So I hope we're off to a good start.
Yeah. Well, it is our third season. Yeah. We've been renewed by ourselves.
Right. That's right.
So I hope you enjoyed it, and
we'll go from here.
Yeah.
We'll turn off.
Oh. I don't have a